Hello my friends, welcome yet again another video of the Destined Traders channel. We are having a good time today. It has been 44 days since our last upload. I can't believe it. I just took a little break from uploading, but you know, that's it's life. It's no big deal. And we are getting we need to touch up on this because this is an absolute gorgeous time to come back and see what we were thinking about 44 days ago. So a month and a half ago, if you go back and you just look at our past couple videos, what were we talking about on the S&P? What was our big idea this year on the S&P? It already happened. It happened much sooner than we thought it was going to happen. We had talked about that day that sell everything, stock market going down, you know, the S&P dipped below 5,000. And that day we just told ourselves, this isn't like a I told you so video. This is just a good follow-up video just to show you sometimes how easy it is to be in the marketplace, okay? And the more simpler you make it for yourself, the better off you'll be. Why do you lose money in the marketplace? Because most people, I would tend to say, they're just impatient, okay? So they get rid of a position too fast. They don't hold it. They don't have conviction, okay? They got too many ideas on the table. You just need to keep it simple. We had talked about all of our ideas on the S&P during this time over here when we had gotten below 5,000 and we took a buy at 5,000 and we just said, okay, we have a buy, 5,000, beautiful. At the very least, we know we got a 20% discount from when it was at 6,000. And then, sure enough, we just waited. You know, I half expected price. I had drawn out here just some scribbles, half expecting price to make these crazy up and down maneuvers, you know, just to kind of play with everybody. But we just had one little pullback here and then just a gradual move up. And we've gotten up above 6,000 again today. What was our all-time high on Webull? It was 61.47. So I'm telling you, this is just how the market it when you're looking for a buy and a discount. Here's something I've learned in 4 years now, and this just follows up our beautiful S&P trade perfectly. When you're looking for a buy and a discount, the market, if it gives you an opportunity, most times that's it. It will give you that opportunity and you have to take it. And it's hard to identify that, you know. It's hard to buy at 5,000. That day that we bought the S&P, that was a difficult decision for a lot of people to buy that day. Why? Because there was so much negative media and negative information being thrown out there in the markets. But when you've been in the game for any amount of time, you start to realize those are the times when there's blood in the streets, so to speak. I think I even said that during that time, that's the time to buy, okay? If you have a plan. Our plan was simple. We buy at 5,000 and we hold it, provided it doesn't break down below 5,000, okay? If it was to like come down below and then come back up here and bang its head on the ceiling, so to speak, okay. It's looking like a little rejection. Looks like our idea wasn't panning out. It didn't do that, so we held it. It did the opposite. It went in our favor. When it started going in our favor, I just told myself, as long as it stays above 5,000, I'm holding the position until it gets up to here. What was that? 58.25. I think our exit was 58.11, but so we're out of the S&P right now. This trade, I mean, I'm not going to say it's our best trade this year, okay, because Aussie dollar at the beginning of the year, as you know if you followed me for time, that was an absolute gorgeous trade. But this was the most perfect trade as far as a drawdown. There was like, I don't think there was any drawdown other than the first day of buying the S&P at 5,000. I think we bought at 5,000 and we were a little bit underwater for like the next 36 hours. But after that, we never were in a drawdown. We were in nothing but profit the entire time. So we bought at 5,000. We sold at 58.11. Okay, that's like 18% that we made in 40 days. Our position closed like a week ago. I'll talk about why I haven't made a video in the past month and a half, but the S&P, our move, it's done. It's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. But that's what happens when you just have an idea, have a plan before you do anything. Think about when you're going to get out, when are you going to exit your position at a loss or a profit. And you got to stick to it. And the S&P paid us beautifully because we just had a very simple game plan. Let's buy the S&P at a 20% discount at 5,000, and provided it holds above 5,000, we're going to hold it up to 58.11. And the market paid us in return for being patient. Did we get paid the next day? No. We didn't get paid for the next month. It wasn't until week number 5 that we got paid. So we waited 5 weeks on the S&P to get paid 18%. The bank ain't going to do that for you. I don't know what kind of loan, how you're loaning out your money, but the bank is not going to pay you 18%. That's why we are in the markets, is because the money is limitless, But there's also the flip side of the downside of money. If you're everybody's willing to make 18%, but not many people are willing to lose 18%. You have to just go, a lot of my trading now, it tends to be 1-1 as far as ratios. If I buy something at $100 and I'm expecting the price to go to $125 before I sell it off at a profit, okay, a 25% profit, I'm prepared for price to go down to 75 to be at a 25% loss. But that's not the majority of investors and traders out here. It's not. They buy something at $100 and they don't want it to go below $98. If it goes below $98, they're out. They just lost 2%. They're out. Yeah, they want it to go to 125, but they're not willing to take the risk that's involved. And it is a huge risk being a trader and investor. And that's why majority of the populace of this world will never understand it, because they have limited amount of funds that they're willing to risk. Even myself, it's hard to overcome that mindset of having this money, and that's just not your money. When you deposit your money into your brokerage account, it's gone. When it's gone, it's gone. When you admit and you truly believe that it's gone, you don't care anymore, okay? So that was a big struggle for a long time, and still is partially, in being a small account trader is that you have your day-to-day life, you have the small amount of funds you have to get by and do things you need and just to survive, raise your family, whatever it is. And you know, oh, okay, well, I got this 2,000 over here in the trading account, you know, whatever, the water pump just went out on my car, $300 job, I need to get that fixed, I need a car to get back and forth to work. Well, being that you are of a small account, you don't just have that $300 just sitting aside in your day, paycheck to paycheck job. So you got to pull it out of your trading account. Okay. Believe you me, I've done that several times over my 4 years. It's just a struggle to get that capital built up to where you don't need it. One tip I found, and this could help, I don't care what anybody says, it can help because it's helped me. So all I can speak about is what's helped me. What has helped me tremendously in my trading career is, for so long, 3 years, I'm just focused solely on my trading career, trading, buying, selling, investing, charting, analysis, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, looking at numbers, scouring the internet, anything I can get my hands on, information seeking, and upping my craft in that regard. But what I really should have been working on more than, yes, I should have been working on that a good 20% as far as my trading career, but the other percent should have been working on my personal life, okay? Because my personal life was affecting my trading in the beginning so much. And the more I work on the personal life issues, it doesn't matter what they are, everyone has their issues. But this is some gold right here. The more you work on your personal life, I'm telling you, the easier your trading career will be. And it's just like the S&P. Our trade on the S&P this year, it was so easy because we weren't worried about this and that. We just put it in, we left it alone. We truly disassociated ourselves with that money. And by disassociating ourselves with that money was able to work for us because we weren't constantly staring at it. Perhaps it was a blessing that we haven't been staring at the markets for the past 40 days and we just come back later after the fact. Funny how that works, right? If we had been making videos on the S&P and looking at it hard for the past 44 days since we took that position, what would have happened? It probably just would have been doing this and maybe down more and just been a bunch of sideways. But it's so funny how the universe works. You step away, walk away, and then you come back and the market rewards you. That's happened several times to me too. So that's enough about that. No apologies, but I got to give them out. I have been working tirelessly on my personal life, getting out of a moving situation or a living situation I'm in. And every free minute of my time during the day, on the weekends, I'm working on a house and getting it going, up and going. I don't own the house, but I personally I'm going to be renting it from somebody that I am a friend with. And they are hiring me to help fix it up too. So it's kind of a neat little deal I got going on, making a little money on the side. We're fixing up a house that ultimately I'm going to be living in. And that has been really taking up the majority of my every free minute of my time. Because I live in a quadruplex at the moment. I know, so much information about me. And the quadruplex, they're fixing to, it's got a new ownership, and they're fixing to totally redo everything. So when people's leases are up, they're up, and they're not renewing any leases. So it seems kind of strange, but you know, that's why I've been pushing so hard. I've got about a month and a half left on mine, so we can't expect too many more videos for the next month and a half. But I promise you, my friends, we get into this new situation, this is going to be gorgeous in our living standards tremendously. You know, a lot more privacy. It's going to open up a lot more free time. I'll be closer to my day job that I work at, and a lot more time to spend on all of our other ventures. You know, I have other things going on too, as we all do. You have to push every boundary that you can until something really ends up occupying a lot of your time and attention, or demands your time and attention. Right now, the market's not so much. A lot of things are going up. We've made great this year. We've done beautiful this year. I couldn't ask for a better year in trading than 2025. This was my fourth year, was just absolute coming of age year, so to speak. So I tend to babble, but S&P trade, absolutely gorgeous, looking beautiful. I will post a link to the video I had from when we first bought S&P on that red day when everybody was scared, as kind of here's a follow-up, and probably put my affiliate links in there too. I love everybody. What a absolute thing of beauty. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm out of the S&P. I have nothing invested in the S&P personally at the moment. Our trade is done. We bought it. We had to buy at 5,000. We exited at 58.11. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous trade. And I love everybody. And we will see everybody on the next video. Peace.